Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak. And we give double honor to our apostle elders, which the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We're in the time of the end, 2023, which is the hopeful year that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai fulfills all the prophecies. And all the prophecies are fulfilled in these times. So we're going to jump right into it. It's a simple video. I don't have my headphones in because my phone on the way to the Planteezy. But as you see, as the title of the video is None of the Wicked Shall Understand Vocab. But I just wanted to touch base on a quick lesson because I was watching Apostle Elder Sahar's video concerning the 12 tribe sign. You know, these guys that are going against this truth. But if you read when that Daniel, because it tells you that it says many shall be purified. That's Daniel 12:10. That's Daniel 12:10. It says many shall be purified and made white. So what's the purification happening right now? That's what is being made white. That's what many are purified, because him that wandereth out the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So we've been brought back to life. It's also being called a purification. It's gonna cut in and out, block it, but I'll just go with it and I'll try to get to these two areas and where it can come through. But as you see it says none of the wicked shall understand. So the purification and being made white is what? Because guess what? Vocab went to a cemetery school where they supposedly taught the scriptures to those that had money. What if a wicked person paid money to go to a cemetery school? Hey, Shalom, hey, what if a wicked person paid to go to a cemetery school and learn the Bible? They allow that. They don't have no criteria who can join the so-called cemetery school. Anybody one come, one all. They want everybody to come in and learn of the Lord. I'm telling you in Daniel 12:10 that none of the wicked shall understand. None of them. And it says many shall be purified. So if you have an understanding to where you can teach it, because guess what? We all woke up to Christianity. Some of us, our parents, were heavy in the Bible. My father was heavy in the Bible. My whole family was heavy in the scriptures. They didn't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding we have today. They couldn't break down Revelation. They couldn't break down Daniel. They couldn't break down 2nd Ezra. They didn't even go into the Apocrypha. They didn't even know the Apocrypha existed, because they took it out of the Bible after 1611. 1611 had the Apocrypha incorporated in it, because it has precepts and history that matches with the Bible. I didn't never heard of the Apocrypha until I came into the truth, man. So you can't tell me that that all the churches got to know. What the thing that Vocab is coming with is the same old thing that's been around for generations. And he's trying to push the same thing with the same criteria, but it's not fitting, because guess what? We have the key, man. We have the key to Yahweh Shai. It says, what does Yahweh Shai say? I have the key. I have the key. He has royalty, he has rulership. He's controlling who can come to it. It says, you cannot come unto me unless my Father draw you. So you have to be drawn unto Yahweh Shai. He says, I will raise him up at the last days. So that shows you Yahweh Shai was speaking about reincarnation more than once. That shows you the spirit of Yahweh Shai is not dealing with these churches, because they can't break down reincarnation. They can't go into it, understand it. But the same Messiah that they push in his own words in the red letter Bible would draw him unto me, and I him up in the last days. How is a man raised up? We all went into the spirit world. What man is around in the time of Yahweh Shai's day that would have been drawn unto Yahweh Shai, that he would have rose up? Because Yahweh Shai went to the spirit world. He's not on the earth raising up men, but he's raising them up in the spirit. That's why it says, I shall stir up your pure mind, though ye once knew this. That's reincarnation in itself. How did you, what, did we lose it in the life we lived and then found it again? Because I never heard Israelites. I never heard Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, broke down. I never heard Daniel's broke down the way it's been broke down. I never heard it. This is the first time I heard it in this life. But I heard it in the past life. And you, Akim, and you, a few sisters out there, you've heard it too. You heard it also. That's why the scripture said that he's going to stir up your pure minds, though ye once knew this. So vocab, none of the wicked shall understand. This is not a one come, one all. We don't need to worry about it if you guys believe it. That's why the scriptures also says, shall their unbelief make the word of the Most High with no effect, man. I'm paraphrasing. So the Most High was already warning us. He said, look, there's going to be people to come up. They're going to talk shit. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. But don't worry about it. You believe. If you believe it, that's it. Because Yahweh said, Thomas, he said, blessed is them that have not seen me, but yet believe. So we're blessed. We'd be blessed if we stay and we hold this truth to the very end, man. We would be the blessed ones. But back to the subject, that none of the wicked shall understand, man. This is not a everybody come in, because Yahweh even did it in the time of the disciples. He said, the disciples asked him, why do you speak to these people in parables? Why not speak plain? And he said, it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. So that's them coming back again and knowing the mysteries. Starting first and foremost with our apostles and elders, man. They have given the secrets. That's why they're coming back and rehearsing the secrets and revealing the secrets. So that's why they can't get the 12 chart sign. That's why they can't understand that we're Israelites. It's not meant for them because the Lord didn't wake them up. They're still in the world. They're still in the world that we've left. And that's a sit down. They're still in the world we left. Hey, that's a banger. That's a banger. They're still in the world that we left. Vocab is in 1999 looking around like, what's going on? What? No, we beyond that. You know, I'm being joking. I'm joking with it, but we're beyond that. We're not the same Negro. We're not the same Negroes in 1970, starting with the man named Alba Bivens. We've changed since then. We're a whole breed of men. We carry ourselves different. We carry ourselves with a respect. We carry ourselves as kings. That's why Apostle Elder Vocab, he said you got to be an aristocrat. And I speak to you brothers out there, man, if you deal with in this world, you got to carry yourself with a king mentality. And kings aren't private, because guess what? You got to deal with other nations. Kings have a level of dignity and a level of prestige, but a lot of the kings aren't prideful, because why? Why do I say that? You got to deal with other people's problems as a king, as a good king. That's why, what did Yahweh do in the time of Solomon? He said that's what you would do. You would sit and you would judge matters according to what people brought you in your town or your village. And I'm gonna show you something that the Israelites were in Africa, because in my village, that's how my parents tell me it is, that there would be an elder man that he would sit there and he would conduct the business of the village. If there was a dispute over land, they would bring it to the chief, and the chief would have to figure out whose land is it, what's going on. The same thing with Solomon and the two harlots and the baby. When Solomon said, well, let's cut the baby in half, and the real mother said, no, let her have it. Let her have the baby, because the mother's love, that shows our nation had fallen. I'm just going to continue, but that shows you how far the women in our nation have fallen, because they love their children in the ancient world. That's why even a harlot, a woman of the night, she was willing to give up her baby than to see it killed. But what do you see today? You see women that won't give up the club for their child, man. You know, but that I'm not going to go into that. That's another subject at another time. But the main point is here is actually consider yourself blessed that they don't know it. This is prophecy being fulfilled. Vocab is nothing but prophecy, man. Because he's the part of that scoffers. There should be scoffers in the last days. But the Lord said it, that many shall be purified and made white. We're being pure in this truth. You're going through a purification process. Just like wine goes through a fermentation process. That's what is happening right now with us as a nation. The Lord is fermenting us. That's why we're sitting in this fucking hell, man. Fermentation is what? The breakdowns of the proteins to make yeast, or yeast breaks it down and it makes alcohol. Then you're able to drink it and get drunk. It's able to become alcohol. If it doesn't ferment and it doesn't go through that chemical process, you just have grapes mashed up. You just drinking grape juice that's sour. You're not drinking alcohol. Alcohol has to come from the breakdown of those proteins, if I'm not mistaken, to make the alcohol. You break down the grapes, you break that down. That's what we are. That's why the Lord calls us his husbandry. We're plants to the Most High. He's already plucked us, put us in that vat, and he's letting us ferment, but he has to wait until the alcohol is good. That way he can drink it and use it for his purpose, man. So I know it takes patience in here. It takes patience with alcohol. Alcohol is not made in a day, man. You can't make alcohol in a day. It takes time. So the Most High is telling us, I know, I love y'all, but to make you what I need to make you, I have to let you sit here. I have to let you ferment in this hell. I have to let you go through this, because this is going to produce what? Alcohol. It's going to produce alcohol in you. It's going to produce spiritual alcohol. That's what I'm trying to say. Not no damn Mad Dog 2020. I'm talking like wine, good wine for the Most High's use. That's why the Lord said, your ways are not my ways. We don't know how the Most High gets what he does, man. All we can do is see pieces of it. But through Yahweh Shai, we're knowing that, guess what? We're being set up, we're being purified, and we're being made white. That's why it says that the saints shall have white robes on, that white stone. These are the things that are a part of our purification process. But now you have these guys that are coming against, and even guys in Israel, they're wicked too. They're not understanding. They're not understanding Cornelius. They're not understanding the 12 chart sign. They're not understanding these things. Why? Because guess what? They might be of the wicked, man. Not saying the Edomites, but even Yahushua said it. You are your father, the devil. So hey, I'll take it from our king, man. If our king was telling Israelites the same thing, that you are your father the devil, guess what? You are your father the devil, because he's pushing that. Esau didn't have a 12 chart sign. Esau never had the 12. He never even tried to break down the 12 chart sign. He never tried to identify it. He said, you just come as you are, because he didn't know. The only man that was given the inspiration to break it down was Ariah. And he broke it down and he gave it out to us. And guess what? We believe it. Me, myself, they call me a heathen. I always go into that. I would have no hope. I was born in the land of Hum, and I'm done. I'm through. That's my hope. Under the guise of the true understanding of these scriptures, but through the understanding the confusion of faith, I have hope now. And I'm not going to give up my hope for no nigga, man. That's crazy. Now I gotta go be just an African. I'm an African. Are you out of your mind? Have you lost a piece of your mind, sir? I'm not African. We're not Africans. We come from the land of Africa, the land of Hum, but we're not Africans. Just like a lot of these Jakes in America, guess what? They had breeding farms. Edomites were giving their children into slavery, man. So some of you Jakes out there could be tares, man. So like it, some of you Jake looking, you Negro looking Jakes, you Negroes that look like Jakes, you could be tares yourself. That's why we have to have the spirit bear witness that we are the children of Israel. We're not here to have any kind of proof, but the spirit is what is stirring up in us. And for those that don't believe it, including Vocab and these other guys and Shield, guess what? They of the wicked, man. Because the Most High promised and said in these scriptures that there will be men that would not understand what is going on in these scriptures. And we seeing it now, man. And they're fighting against it. They're kicking against the pricks. Just like the Lord told Paul, you kicking against the pricks. You ain't kicking against us, because guess what? We didn't give ourselves this identity. We didn't call ourselves the children of Israel. The Most High called us. He said, I called my son out of Egypt. Just like he told Moses. He told Moses, the cry of my people have entered into my ears. Why did he say that? Because guess what? Israel is an apple of the Lord's eye, even in hell. The Most High still hears us. He still pays attention to us. That's why he sent this truth. That's why he sent Elijah, Abba. That's why he sent him. He made sure to put in the ranks of the rabbis to learn this truth and to come wake us up, to come wake up the fathers, to turn the children's heart back to the fathers and the fathers back to the children, man. That's what he was doing, and the Most High sent this. This is the Most High doing this. So the Heavenly Father is the one that's calling us home. That's why we should feel so blessed right now, man. Yahweh is actually calling unto us, man. He's not far from us. He's not saying he's keeping us at arm's length. He's calling us and said, come on, man. Those that I've woken, I've called unto Yahweh, come to Yahweh so he can save you. Because Yahweh said, my Father does not draw you. You can't come to me. So Yahweh is in order. He's waiting on the Father to stir up that spirit of his elect. That's why it says, them that thou hast given me. So we're given unto Yahweh as an inheritance, man. So now when we are fully inspired and we come down and we understand the 12 tribes, that's why prophecy is moving. That's why we're almost at a third world war. Vocab's not talking about World War III. Why isn't Vocab talking about the Ukraine situation? Why isn't he talking about the CBDC? Why isn't he talking about the different things that are going on that are biblical? The war and the brewing in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia. Why isn't he talking about these? Because he doesn't correlate these things. I don't know if he does, because every time I hear him, he's talking about Israel, man. You know, so I just wanted to touch base on that and to go into that subject. It was in my mind when I was listening to the apostle. It says, none of the wicked shall understand. We're watching the prophecy fulfilled. They can't understand what we see. I see it clearly that we Jake. I don't have no doubt about it. All I pray is that the Most High keep the spirit on me to endure until the very end, man. All right. So Lord willing, was that a fine lesson? I'm gonna leave it there. With that, I'm gonna say, call Elohim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Kakudas. He says, Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai Bahashem Kakudas. So the next time I say, Shalom, and as always, keep faith.